Yes, happy Monday. You can trust that day, and it's nice to be here. Well, I'm sort of here. Pre-recorded live? Is that how you say that? I think pre-recorded live. I'm checking my Facebook page. You'll see I'm on vacation, having a good time, headed towards the Cabot Trail. But still lots of things happening here in Sarnia to the point where I was able to put something together, right? Because we can't miss an episode. We can't miss an episode. What are we at? This is 558. 558. And it's thanks to all of you who keep watching and joining the show. But give me your comments out there anyway. Say hello. Who's going to be out there? I'm hoping Jesse shows up. I haven't seen Jesse in a while. And my friend Danny Cacciamilio. I know Danny's working lots of overtime and stuff. And I think Jesse's working on getting his truck driver's license maybe or something. Anyway. So shout out to them. Shout out to Dom, Barry, and anybody else who's listening and watching. Maybe you're listening to the podcast. I don't know if you know this, but the show is also a podcast available on Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple, anywhere you can get podcasts. You can download me and take me on the road with you or take me for a jog because I could use the exercise, right? Okay, so we're available everywhere. Podcasts are available, not just here on Facebook, YouTube. We're on Twitter. Where else are we? LinkedIn as well. So we get around. I get around. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, I do get around. And I appreciate all your support for watching. As I always mention every week, I am very grateful for everybody who stops by, says hello. And if you want to show your appreciation for the show, that it's here every week, the freest way you can do that is to click the share button. If you don't click any button but the share button, I'll be really, really happy. Spread the word when you click the share button about the people who are here on the show so that they can get the attention that I'm trying to get them for their event or what they're doing, right? So please take a moment and click the share button around. All right, well, I'm going to jump right into it. Of course, there's lots of music festivals happened. A few weeks ago, we had Border Fest and Revelries coming up. But in the meantime, we're going to head out to Brights Grove for Brights Grove Music Fest is back. And I know they're very, very excited, the organizers. And this year, supporting part of Bluewater Health Foundation. And I'll let my guest explain all that. But James Snyder is going to join me and talk about Brights Grove Music Fest coming up this week. Take a look at this, and then I'll be back. Well, I mean, summertime brings a lot of great, fun things going on, but it's so nice to be back out and seeing music festivals. Of course, we saw Bluewater Border Fest, and now we're coming into the next one, just a little outside of Sarnia, Brights Grove Music Fest, and lead organizer for that, James Snyder. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Dave. Good. It's good to talk to you. Yeah,
appreciate it. But well, I saw you guys at Border Fest, and we hadn't seen each other in a couple of years.
That's right. Yeah, it's been too long.
Yeah, and I know. When did you start Brights Grove Music Fest?
Oh, that was back in 2016 or 17.
I remember that. What in the world made you say, "Let's put on a music festival"?
Oh well, I mean, the concept started off really small. Back in 2017, the band I play in was we were playing a lot of bars, a lot of late night shows in Sarnia. And my wife and kids and I moved to Brights Grove in 2016. Just loved the community. And at one point we were at the Kenwick Park and just noticed that there was a musical act setting up in the small gazebo there. And they were just playing for all to see. And we just kind of had an idea that what a neat idea it would be to have Aces High play in that gazebo, and that way, we could draw a crowd that's not 19 plus, play a little bit earlier. Right. And it all started with a phone call to the city to say, hey, how do we rent this park and how do we play, get a band in there? Is there any kind of noise bylaw or anything during the day? So that just kind of kicked off, the initial concept. And with that, the city mentioned, when you pay the fee to rent the park, you got it for the full day. So we thought, okay, well, if we've got it for the full day, maybe we should see if there's any other bands that are interested to come as well. And, the whole idea is just to bring the community together and allow for children and everybody else that wanted to come out and see the band. So quickly got interest with some other bands, and then I started consulting with some people that maybe have run certain events before, not anything quite like this, and then started talking to some entrepreneur friends that had vendors and stuff like that on site, and started gaining interest in the community as a whole. Other people that wanted to be involved. There were some people that actually offered to sponsor. I know the Carpenters 1256 local, they were right on board with the idea initially. So from a very small concept, it started to grow and grow and grow. And then just had to reach out to the community for help. And soon enough, we had a license event. It wasn't quite as big as what it is now, but the community really put the support to it and put the backing behind it. Just the need and the want to have that kind of thing in Brights Grove, and it really helped. I mean, it did get to the point where I had to enlist help of the band members and friends to be able to put it all together.
Right. And then, of course, you've decided to attach some support that you're giving back into the community. And that's Bluewater Health Foundation, right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct for this year. I mean, the concept was like initially we went with the Mental Health Association. I had some contacts there, and they were really happy to be a part of the initiative. Then once the committee officially formed, myself, Trevor Gorski, Marcus Postel, and Chris Jeffrey, once we officially formed a committee, we talked about the charities, and it turned out that everybody had something really close to them that was different than one another.
Yeah.
And how do we really give back to the community in a way that we feel really strongly about? So what we decided to do is basically each year kind of rotate around and pick a charity that we feel is close to us, is close to our hearts. So that's kind of our concept. Is it'd be nice to stick with one, but we also want to be able to spread everything that we can around the community. So
spread the love.
That's exactly it. Yeah, spread the love around the community as best we can. And one thing with all the support that we're getting from the community is the donations to the charity just keep growing and growing and growing. So it'll be interesting to go back to the table and see what the guys say and what we pick for next year. But we're really super focused on the Bluewater Health Pediatric Diabetes Clinic.
Yeah, it's got to it's beyond the music. Like, this has really become a feel good music festival, right? Like, because with that community attachment back there. And did you get more support than you initially expected? Were you like, wow, this is amazing?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, I come from circles, my own circles that, they're musicians and people that like festivals and stuff. So I figured I'd get a lot of support internally, but just the community as a whole, it's been absolutely unreal. People are wondering how they can help, and just the positive feedback that I'm getting in person around the community, just moving around the community and speaking to people down at local establishments here, and then obviously online on Facebook, the comments, like it's overwhelming. It really is.
That's fantastic. So now you've got a team that's helping you put it together. And that's because you can't be a one-man show all the time, right? But so that you got a great team there with you. But look at the lineup we've got here. Like, let's talk about Sarah Stevens to start off on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's been around. She's playing downtown quite often. It was just the perfect act we were looking for. A solo acoustic, amazing voice, great player. We couldn't be happier to have her open up the entire show for us.
Yeah, and then Gypsy Flats. I mean, how do you introduce them? Like, they're just so eclectic and a lot of high energy going on there as well.
Yeah, that's right. And same with Full Disclosure and Retrospect. They're doing really well around the city. Myself and some of the committee members have gone in and watched them, and they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And Big Shiny Tunes, talk about that.
Yeah, so Big Shiny Tunes, it was an idea. They've been coming around Sarnia for a little bit. They're from Chatham, and we keep everything local. And we just thought we would give this a try. There's a few other things I don't know if we have time to speak to, but that
Yeah, take it away.
we're giving a try to see how that works out. They got really good reviews, and they played at Rooster. They've been at Imperial City. They've been around Sarnia, and the folks in Sarnia really like what they're doing. So we thought we'd hire them on and see how that goes.
Right, and then going into the Saturday night acoustic DJ.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty much like how it sounds. It's a couple guys that they both play acoustic guitars. Their harmonies are together. They're unreal. So I've seen them a few times.
Okay,
and they're just the perfect opener for Saturday.
I must be getting old because some of these ones I haven't heard of.
Sure. Yeah.
Right, but that's like Dead Engine City. Another great act, Chain Reaction, Johnny Five, and then of course the band that you're the drummer in Aces High, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, unfortunately, I play the drums, but it's a passion of mine, so I'm going to keep going with it.
At Aces High, I mean, you guys have been together several. You just recently played Bluewater Border Fest too.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Oh, it was amazing. It was great. So we've been a cover band primarily for the last few years, providing entertaining, dancey music to the bar scene and to the festival scene, and that's it's been a blast to say the least. But the Border Fest was our real opportunity to play our own music, to get out there, play our own originals. We've been working really hard on songwriting, and it was a perfect opportunity to be able to go out there and just show everybody what we've been working on. So
yeah, you guys sounded fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of energy. I wish that I had more time for you, because you guys, I know, could have kept going. You had so much more, and the originals were fantastic as well. Now, of course, okay, you got music and giving back into the community. Is there a cost to go to this, or how do people go to?
No, there is not. There is not. Our sponsors, with the help of our sponsors that we couldn't thank enough. Title sponsor this year, TKO Industrial Services, new player in the industrial town. They've been great, along with all the other sponsors you can see. Just amazing support. Some of them have been with us since day one, like the Carpenters. Some are brand new to us, like Craig Witowski in the Key Realty. So with their support, we are able to offer this music festival for free. We do
That's amazing.
Accept donations at the door for Bluewater Health, but the idea is, if you can give. If you can't, then come on in and watch the show. And everybody's welcome. All ages are welcome. We encourage lawn chairs. Anybody needs any kind of mobility devices, please come on in. No cost. If you can donate, great. If you can't, please come in. And
it's all ages, but there's a beverage garden there for the adults. And
oh yeah, absolutely.
I see Twisted Arm's going to be looking after that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Jen and Tyler from Twisted Arm. I couldn't say enough about them. They've been fantastic. It's not only the service, but working with them. We have to work with them very, very closely throughout the year as our plannings go through, and they do a lot for us in the background and just kind of provide us with everything that we need that comes with licensing an event. So they make it super easy for us. Obviously, their restaurant I love to go to, but I couldn't be happier with their performance during the catering portion of that.
Yeah, and they're a give back a group of people there at Twisted Arm as well too. So it's really a good fit that way, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now this will be the 5th year.
This is the 4th
or the 4th. Okay,
that's right.
Right.
We did 17, 18, 19. Had a break, unfortunately, and now we're back. What I would say better than ever.
Right.
The big highlight for us this year is the 2-day festival. Every year we've done a 1-day, 10-hour, all day.
Oh, okay.
Festival, and we decided, this is the year where we want to take a little bit of a risk. We want to do 2 days. A lot of the operational costs will double, and it's something that it's really hard to predict the success, but we've just been so overwhelmed in the past. We thought we would just go for it and see.
Yeah. And I called Mother Nature for you. She said she'll do what she can.
Okay. Thanks for that, Dave.
That's a big part of all this too, as well. Do you ever look? Have you looked back over that time? And like I say, coming in the fourth year, did you think it would be as? Did you think you would get to 2 days?
No, I mean, that's a hard question, because it was always something that was brought up. We brought that up as a committee. Should we do a 2-day? Even in 2019, we considered it. It's really, I suppose, like, easy to just go with what what worked well. It already worked. It's been proven. We can do it. We know we can do it, and it's always something that we wanted to do. But after, I think it was the break that really encouraged us to say, okay, when we come back, let's do something. Let's go for 2 days. Let's see what everybody thinks, and go from there.
Yeah. After the longest 2 weeks of our life.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Well, congratulations to you and the team, James. I think it's fantastic. I remember when you and I first met years ago, and then when you came into doing the Music Fest, I thought, boy, I really hope this works out, because there's a lot of work involved there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm sure you've learned a lot of things along the way.
Yeah, we've learned a lot, and it's been a lot of work, especially right at this time of the year. Everything's really coming together. It's encouraging at the same time as it is difficult to get past the really the hurdles that come with the fine details. And I just like to say, like, the support of our family, our wives, our kids, everybody. Like, we couldn't do it without their patience and understanding, because there is a sacrifice that comes to organizing something at this level. So just a big special thanks to them for allowing us to follow this adventure.
Right on. Well, James, thanks to you and the team, and I wish you all the best. And we'll look forward to more Brights Grove Music Fest coming in the future. I'm sure you've been writing down some ideas already. So, folks, you can go to Brights Grove Music Fest. It's happening July 15th and 16th at the Kenwick Park out in Brights Grove, and it's free. Why wouldn't you go? Just make some donations at the door and help support some local charity there as well. James, anything we missed before I let you go back to your day?
No, that's thank you very much for your time, Dave. I appreciate it, and it's always nice to talk to you, and I can't wait till the next time.
Right on. James Snyder, lead of Brights Grove Music Fest. We're going to post all the links. You can check it out online. Put it in your calendar. All right, James Snyder, once again, thank you so much, James. Appreciate your time here on the show, and appreciate your time and effort from you and your team and your crew for putting together the Brights Grove Music Festival and bringing it back once again, now that we can have these outdoor events. And as James mentioned, a 2-day festival. So very excited for that. It just keeps getting bigger and better. So make sure you head on out there to the Brights Grove Music Festival. Why wouldn't you? It's free to get in, and there'll be some fun activities going on there. And, of course, the awesome music, the beverage garden there being run by Twisted Arm. And it'll just be a nice, fun weekend of music. Thanks again, James. Really appreciate you. All the best on the festival. And thanks to all of you, as always, for watching. I do appreciate you. And I never want to forget mentioning my sponsors, Hughes Intelligence Security Specialists here in the area. Thank you to Barry and his team for all the support they give here on the show and at my Sarnia Sting broadcast, which we're getting closer and closer to that already, right? Really appreciate the support. Here in Signs SWO, part of the AG event group of companies. Thanks to Guy and his team for over 10 years of support here. Joe's Discount Tire. You got to have the right tires on the wheels, right? No matter what time of year it is, go down to Joe's Discount Tire. Tell them David sent you. And, of course, our partners at Tourism Sarnia Lambton. And, of course, to all of you. I really do appreciate all of you for watching. Don't forget to click the share. And if you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, because there's going to be other videos showing up on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't been over to my YouTube channel, get over there. Go check it out. It's the show with David Burrows, just like everywhere else. That's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I'll see you next time right here on the show. Bye.